Hello, I'm Aled from Blog of the Hut, and welcome to a special edition of Blog of the Hut and Impossible Podcasts, where myself and my good friend Caleb from Impossible Podcast team are going to be discussing Let's Kill Hitler, the newest episode of Doctor Who. You're getting an exclusive first listen to the commentary, and in a couple of days, please check out Impossible Podcasts and iTunes, the latest and cleanest version of the commentary. Please check out Impossible Podcasts for far more information on podcasts on Torchwood, Stephen Moffat Bingo, and loads more. So thank you very much for watching and enjoy the.
Welcome to Impossible Podcasts, Aled. It's good to have you back. Aled is otherwise known as a fig leaf of your imagination.
Yes, on Blog of the Hut, and if you're watching on the blog, welcome, and please do check out Impossible Podcasts. Well recommended, and you'll find it in the sidebar.
So yeah, it's good to have this team up to discuss Let's Kill Hitler.
Yes,
which we have just watched, myself for the second time and Aled for the first.
Yes, we're both away, so we don't have access to TV, but we've been hardcore and watched it on iPlayer, and it's now 1 a.m. as we record this, so which may explain quality of speech and other things.
If we're even less coherent than usual, this is the reason why.
Yeah.
So what are your first impressions of the episode, Aled?
Well, just wow! It didn't seem to stop, in quite a good way. In that the pace was really fast from right from the start, from them making the crop circle, and I'm surprised that people haven't kind of twigged that the word doctor is sort of written on lots of things throughout history. Yeah, I mean, crop circles are one thing. One that actually spells doctor is a bit dubious. I think someone might have made a bit more notice of that than just the local paper. But but just right from the word go with Mel's, who obviously turns out to be River. That was I didn't see that coming. I feel like I sort of should have, but I didn't. And
I did work that out a couple of minutes a minute or two before.
Well, you're a pro, Caleb. You're a pro.
And also in the long vein of, hey, I had that idea, with the thing at the end of River Song or Melody Pond becoming an archaeologist to find the Doctor, I did have an idea for a Doctor Who story a few years ago, which involved a historian tracking down the Doctor by putting together lots of finding him and the histories of lots of different planets and stuff. So it's another example of another one done by Moffat before I can write it.
Definitely got a big idea stealing machine. I mean, I know I definitely came up with a Doctor Who alien called the Silence a couple of years ago. To be fair, they nothing like the current Silence, and Stephen Moffat's are much better than what I came up with, but they definitely.
Well, this is the thing. Stephen Moffat usually does the ideas far better than what I had in mind. So,
yeah,
fair dues.
Fair dues to him. He does a good job.
To his very strange and twisted mind.
Yeah, definitely. What else could we say? I mean, spoilers. Well, no, you're not going to be listening to this if you haven't seen the episode. But obviously, they don't kill Hitler. Surprise, surprise. And actually, they just shove him in a cupboard and leave him there for the rest of I don't know how long.
Yeah. Well, the episode title "Let's Shove Hitler in a Cupboard" isn't quite so snappy.
I would still watch an episode called "Let's Shove Hitler in a Cupboard." I think that would be even better, about sort of some time travelling pranksters who go around doing minor misdemeanours to historical figures. Let's trip up Attila the Hun.
Let's give Stalin a wedgie.
Yes, that's it. That's the new series. Forget Torchwood. We've got to get some new spin-off.
The Tesselector and doing historical pranks instead. Sort of learn their lesson from the Doctor.
What did you think of the old miniaturized people robot things. I know it's a bit of an old sci-fi thing of, can you get miniaturized atoms and all that. I think they kind of rushed over that a bit.
Yes, this is Doctor Who. They're not going to worry about the physics of it and size weight ratios or anything like that. I thought it was a fun idea.
I think it's been done, but they did carry it off very well, I have to say.
So that the tribute to the numbskulls from the Beano there. I thought.
I think the best explanation for that was on Futurama. They just go, we need to go inside be tiny people inside someone's head. Well, no, that would require very tiny atoms. Do you think I'm made of money?
Yes. And what about the little numbskulls? Are there even tinier people inside their heads?
Oh, don't go there. No, Caleb, it's 1 a.m. We can't do that. What else was good?
Yeah. So in terms of basically, killing Hitler was the hook, but what it really was the Doctor's very first meeting with River Song, and I found this episode very entertaining. It was fun. It was light. It was it still had life and death and saving the Doctor, but in terms of that first meeting in the Doctor's timeline with River Song, apart from as a baby and so on, it did seem to me to perhaps be a bit rushed.
Yeah.
And
no, I'd agree with you on that. Yeah, I think, because I always imagined their first meeting to be kind of, she's this young kind of innocent girl, which is sort of the impression we got, who doesn't understand anything that's going on, and the Doctor changes her life, and then they fall in love, and it's this kind of backwards romance. Whereas this seemed to be sort of something else, and it was, I think, like you say, it was rushed straight into it. Like, we get the whole thing with Mel's, which is really cool. That was very well done. But yeah, just I think they went too fast to get the real emotion of sort of River realising who she is and whatever. I think it should have been more than just the Doctor whispering something in her ear to turn her around. That was too quick.
It seems that there's more to come, and that River hasn't got her Doctor killing urges out of her system. But I think the thing in terms of her characterisation, I didn't quite find it satisfying that it's just, she's been programmed to do this, she's a psychopath. It would have been much more interesting if you'd had, as you kind of get at the end of A Good Man Goes to War, with River Song taking a critical angle on the Doctor's actions, and for her to really believe that the Doctor is in the wrong and that he deserves to die.